hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike. T-Roy is here. How you doing, T?
I'm a little sleepy today.
Yeah, me too. It's been one of those days.
I wonder if we got a carbon monoxide leak in this house or something.
Maybe. Yeah, dude, I've been struggling to stay awake all day.
Yeah.
Like, all day.
I called into work and slept till like 10:30.
Yeah.
Got up for a couple hours, went back to sleep.
Yeah.
And I want to hurry up and get this done so
This
I can
is
go
great
back to sleep.
to know.
Yeah, I've had 2 naps today.
Right?
When was the last time I had a fucking nap? I had 2 today. So, I don't know. I'm in so much pain. It's like, yeah, just sleep. But then I wake up and it hurts even more. So, whatever. But we're here today. Sorry about yesterday. Sometimes you just, the pain gets the best of you. It's just like, you know what? Better off to just not do this. Sit on a heating pad.
It's a good looking shirt.
Thank you.
Sharp.
Like
Sharp.
Yeah.
Where can I find something like that?
Well, if you go to radiofor1.com, you can order a wonderful TDC t-shirt like this, or sweatshirt, or tank top for your lady. All kinds of stuff. There's everything there. Groupon is there. MyPillow's there. Take advantage of all the sales going on there. Just use promo code TDC. What else is there? Amazon link. I know you sons of bitches are all using Amazon. If you don't just go through radiofor1.com, click that link. If you're in Canada, click that link. It just automatically sends a small percentage to us. So
Yeah. Easiest way you can help.
yeah. For those that can't afford it, you can sign up for our Patreon page. Thank you. I think there's some new people in there.
Oh, I was sleeping all day, so
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to check.
Well, we'll announce those people tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I thought I saw at least one new person in there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I want to read names.
Huh?
I want to read names.
All right, get on it.
I'm so terrible at names.
That's even better.
I know, that's my
Do you
point.
have it in front of you?
I could update it, I guess, if you want.
What do we got?
Want me to do that?
Yeah,
Okay,
if
here
you
we
Want.
go.
That voice is Isis, by the way. Thank you for coming over, Isis.
Oh, you're welcome. Let's see what we got. You know what? I got to be honest. I don't know if I can read this last name.
Oh, my goodness.
Dustin Gravitt?
What?
Gravit?
You don't think you could run that one?
You don't
Hey.
know Dustin Gravitt?
Hi, Dustin.
Is it Gravit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
He's a great dude.
But I could see that being Gravit.
It could be. Grivet.
I thought it was going to be one
Grab.
of those, like, missing
Yeah.
vowels.
Yeah,
Fucking
exactly.
18 letters long. And he's
some
like,
Yugoslav-
No,
I
I,
don't know.
I have 100. I swear to God, I think names are different than even reading. Not that I'm saying I'm the best reader of all time, but I think I can read.
What's tricky about
like-
Gravit?
Well, that one is no. Where I was going with is I will say is like doing like the food delivery and seeing names. Dude, I go to places all the time. I'm just like, yeah, this.
Yeah, this guy.
And they just say it. They're like,
Smith.
Emily.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, not,
Yeah,
not-
Joan Smith.
Am I Louis?
For real, they're-
Oh, Emily. Oh, okay. Yeah.
dude, for real.
Emily.
I cannot read names.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is.
It's,
Because to me,
it's weird.
Well, to me, names aren't a word. Also, like in the sense, like it's not like because names can be, and people pronounce their own names weirdly all the time.
That's true.
So it's not like it's just like
I just wouldn't think that would. Yeah, Marisa.
Marissa?
Don't call her Marissa. Oh, dude.
how could it not be? What's the difference?
Shots fired.
What's the difference?
Well,
And there are names.
I don't know if this applies with Dustin Gravitt.
Yeah, that's a pretty basic
I mean,
one. That's
well, I was just.
it's funny when he said Dustin. That was exactly what I'm like. He can't be thinking that.
Yeah.
Like, that's so. This has got to be something.
I was
It's gotta
being
be
a little-
Lachenko or something.
Yeah.
being a little facetious, but it was kind of because once I thought about that, I thought I would mention the point that I've had a hard time reading names.
Yeah, obviously.
Where people where I'm just like, I don't this person.
Right. But yeah, you went into that. I don't think I can pronounce this.
Yeah.
You really.
I did
sold
not know.
yourself
I didn't
short.
know if it was gravity.
And
or
look how
gravity.
well you did. You
I-
absolutely fucking nailed it.
I
dude.
didn't know if it was gravity.
Crushed
or gravity.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's
Dustin,
only-
welcome, sir.
Welcome, Dustin. Yeah, it's about time.
Thanks for the trip.
I was trying to see
having
down
you.
some of these. I guess I can read most of these.
All right. Well, that's the only one you need to read for now.
I know, but I wanted to see if there was one like an example I could use that was a few down, where I'd be like, dude, I wouldn't know how to say this.
All right.
Yeah. But then you wouldn't know how to say it, so it'd be a real problem anyways.
True.
So you're going to
Well, like
specifically
this one,
look for
dude.
one that you don't know how to
Don't know how
say?
to pronounce.
This one, Zdong, Zdong.
Jay's dong.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Okay, I retract my statement.
Oh, good Lord.
Hey, you get what you get.
That's true. That's
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
It is what
Only
it
the
is.
finest from you, Isis. Thank you, buddy. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, Jay's dong. That's one of our favorite listeners.
What an asshole! I swear to God,
Zdong?
I'm so
Zong? How do
pissed
you
at
say-
myself. Like because I thought.
I was like, wow, we've got an Asian listener?
Yeah.
Cool.
We
For
sure
a
do.
second, there was like, oh, yeah, Jay's dong.
I'm really mad at myself because I did think that was going to be a good example because I'm like, this will be a good example. How would you pronounce this? I mean, like, dude, would I say Zedong? Is this a silent?
That was actually nailed it. Zedong. That's exactly right.
Wrong, yeah.
First name Jay.
You're better than you think, Jesus.
I guess.
Yeah, between naps today, we did get a viewing of the new Hard Knocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That you meant our delivery.
Oh, okay. We could talk about that first.
Either way. The Bug Assault 3.0.
Yeah.
Real Tree Camo Edition with the laser pointer showed up today.
Yeah.
I'm at 4 confirmed kills.
That's awesome.
I took one right off the foot, sitting in the chair. One landed right on my foot.
It didn't hurt?
I was like, no. I was like, this is a perfect. That was my first kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this would be a good.
You shot him across the room, too.
Yeah, he went pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a limited range on that thing, I'm finding out.
Yeah.
Just because the buckshots, the spray. So, I mean, but if you get more than like 5 feet away, 4 or 5 feet, I think the spray's too wide
weak.
to really do anything.
Yeah.
But you get within 3 feet.
Does it make a mess?
I've already had to reload it once. So
Have you?
Yeah, we'll find out how egregious the salt around the house is. But
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really.
You could also use it when the winter comes for the sidewalk.
Yeah, just walk out the driveway.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
they're not
Individual
a bad idea.
stepping marks.
Yep.
Just like that's where I'll be stepping.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I need that. You know me in the winter.
Yeah.
So,
You
yeah,
are at that
I haven't
age.
fired that thing yet.
I know. You looked
Shut
a little
up,
scared
Jesus.
by it. You're a little intimidated.
No, I'm not intimidated at all. I was just so tired.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll deal with this.
You know what's funny is when and I'm not. This is not a knock on your age. But like when you mention the idea of like being tired, like there's a time in your life for real. If you get the flu or something, you're like, oh, the body just needs rest. It's better for you. It really, oh, I must need it. But like when you get to like these old people get to like this age and they're like, well, you have a sickness, so why don't you just rest up instead of going out to lunch? And I think to myself, like, if you think about it, you're at a certain point, what are you resting for? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm 80, I better rest up because to heal for what?
Well, at that
Because
point,
you're
it's
going to
just
be
fun
81
to,
someday.
What are
Yeah.
you healing for?
It's just fun to rest. You know what I
just
mean?
think
Like naps rule. They sucked when you were a kid. When my mom would make me go take a nap, and that's when I popped the waterbed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't want anything to do with that shit. You know, I got energy for months.
I just think
I got energy to burn. Nowadays, it's like any chance to get a little shut eye.
When I was a
I'm
kid,
taking it.
I had to go to bed at like 9 or whatever, and I was like, I can't wait till I grow up and I can go to bed whenever time I want. And
Yeah.
Right.
I realize it's 9.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but when you get older, I guess that's a weird thing because you've lived all this life, and I think that when you're in your younger age, you think, "My God, you're near the end. Don't you want to do some shit?" And like, nah,
No.
I'm tired. I've done
I'm near
all
the
this
end now.
stuff.
I don't want to
It's
do
starting
shit.
to take more and more energy to do things.
I've done the
Yeah,
stuff
just-
already.
Yeah.
Just getting up is like, then I'm tired
yeah.
Yeah.
from a shower.
No,
Yeah.
I do.
And when you get up in
it.
pain, it's like, oh, there's nothing worse.
It's just a funny thing to me when I hear, like I said, somebody like they're like, hey, like, well, you need your rest. I'm like, for what? To move to the chair and watch fucking TV? Like,
Yeah, you need your rest. You get naps, don't you, Weezus?
oh, I always take a nap, almost
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
All right.
So what are you,
What-
what are you
Easy
bitching
there,
about?
Glass House.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, it's just a funny thing but I'm still like, I don't necessarily think I'm gonna die in the next year. Like,
I think I am. I don't think you are, but
I'm not saying I don't think that necessarily. I mean, of course I could. Of course something could happen. But I'm not sitting here
Fingers
like
crossed.
at this point thinking like, oh, I better get my things out. I better get my
do you have your fares in order?
my
Just in
fares and
case?
Just in case.
I am hoping. I really I told you this. I'm recently hoping
Who you
that my parents.
bequeathing the fleet of vehicles to?
I'm hoping my parents do, based on I told you, Mike, that my mom has assured me that apparently we're okay for money. So like,
Yeah, that you are
My mom
when
had
she
a conversation with me recently. She's like, "You should know that we're good with money." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what
Yeah.
that means."
Well,
but, like,
living in the manor like you are, you should have had a pretty good idea.
but I hope they have that. With that being said, I hope they got some shit written down then.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they don't write it down right, doesn't it just kind of go away?
Your brother and
Well,
sister
it
will take
gets-
care of this.
yeah, it
you
goes to
you
the-
won't be involved with this. This will be of not.
But
not
I'll
of your
need it the
concern.
most. They have real jobs.
Oh yeah, no.
And houses.
They'll take care
That's
of
how
you.
it
They
works.
love you. Yeah, but they're not going to have. You're not going to
How
be
it works.
meeting.
You don't get more just because you're not working.
I should
Yeah.
get
Equal
more.
split.
I need it more, so I should get more.
Yeah, that's
definitely not how things work.
that's definitely an attitude for some people.
Some people.
I kind of feel like that too with my brother and sister. They're doing great. They don't need help.
Yeah.
Right, so you need it.
I need it. I should get more.
Yeah.
That's the
there
way
you
it
go.
works, right?
My
Sounds
sister
like it.
did make a deal with me. By the way, my brother isn't in on the thirds, so I think I'm only in on 2/3. But my sister has struck in a deal with me, her and Mongol Aaron Rodgers, that if I take care of the parents, I will get their share of whatever the deal is.
Really?
I have a verbal contract.
Oh, that
You better
means
get that
shit.
in writing because that's probably millions of dollars, dude.
I know. The problem is I don't really want to take care of them when they're older either. Like no one wants, right?
Yeah, but you take care of them shittily. Do
Yeah.
like the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Well,
Yeah.
you can, exactly, and you can create your own timeline that way.
Yeah, exactly. The
yeah.
pillow's your friend at that point.
Right?
I will say, the last thing that like that
Yeah,
is
they both
selfish.
happen to die in the same day. I don't know. It's weird.
I think it is selfish when people hang on a little too long. Unless it's me.
I agree.
Then it's okay. But
My grandpa was just like, oh, shit. Just gone.
Yeah.
Just gone. He was gone in a week. It was like, well, that was
time to go.
nice. My grandma got sick for months, but then she fucked off. But it was like, no.
Months isn't too bad, though,
There's
no.
no draining everything
Talk
while
about
you sit.
years and shit.
Yeah.
yes, some of these selfish assholes.
Old
These
selfish
nursing
pricks
homes.
hooked up to machines. It's like,
Right.
what are you doing, dude? Just fucking pass on.
I need that generational wealth. Damn
We're
it.
spending
Let's
10
go.
grand a fucking week keeping your ass alive. What are we doing here, man?
Right. I want to go on a trip.
You've already cost me a fucking Porsche at this point. Beat it.
I know.
You know, my grandpa was just like, oh, I'm going to die soon? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
See.
Eventually, all your money's going to run out, and then nobody's going to give a shit, and then they're just going to pull the plug anyway because they
Yeah.
can't afford the fucking juice.
That would
So
be
then you're going to die
tragic.
just broke, and we're all
Yeah.
going to lose.
Now, I don't know if this counts as a verbal contract, but my dad always told me, very specifically growing up, that once he got to the point where he couldn't do shit no more, I mean, it's an outdated reference at this point, but he used to say, call Kevorkian, like,
Yeah,
get him over
okay.
here.
Yep.
Give me a shovel. He's
Hold
told
him
me,
to that.
Is that a verbal contract? Could I go?
Get it in writing, Isis. You need to start getting these verbal contracts in writing. They're not going to hold up in
They're
court.
not going to hold up.
Your word versus your beautiful sister and smart brother.
Right.
No, these are not. You're going to walk in like an asshole, looking half like a homeless Where's Waldo.
Right? No, my dad said go ahead and kill him.
He
and
told
my
me-
sister said I could have all her
of
money.
it.
My dad
Judge
told
is
me,
going to go, well, that's all the information I
Guilty
need.
life.
my dad told me when he gets to a certain point, he doesn't want to linger around. So I did what I did
You
his
need to
wishes.
define that because to me, I would say he's at that point.
He said the shovel before one time. He said, take the shovel to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shovel to the back of the head, man.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, I'd say he's at that point. That's just my opinion. That's why you need to get
know
the
what?
details.
I should.
written down.
I probably need to wait. I don't want to get too much of his information out there. I know he's about to retire, so I gotta get that lump sum in probably first. So I might need to wait a little bit.
Okay.
But
Well,
And make sure that
my
piggy
car
bank's
needs
totally
a little.
full.
My car needs a little working on. So my car needs a little working on.
Yeah.
So
Well, if he's gone, you can drive his. It's probably way nicer.
it's not.
Oh, Jesus.
My dad doesn't drive new cars.
he's saving everything to give to Easy.
We technically in the Fady Manor right now have 4 cars in the parking lot.
3 of them are
and
yours.
I own 2 of them. Actually own them technically.
Yeah.
And mine are the only cars that are under 200,000 miles.
Wow.
Jeez.
What the neighbors must think.
I'm sure my
Yeah.
dad would love that I'm telling all this information.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he probably would.
he keeps good. He keeps a good. The thing is, his job. He fucking just drives like he doesn't have to go on the highway. He drives 15 minutes to work. So
Okay.
he's never been. He's never like had to like
No highway miles.
no highway miles and stuff.
right.
And if he
Those
breaks
are the good
down,
ones, though.
What's up?
Highway miles are the good miles.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, I'm talking. He has like literally like 2. I'm trying to think 2 stoplights. I mean, I think to get to work, like it's very easy miles in the car.
How did he rack up hundreds of thousands of miles then?
Been working
Because the
a long
cars
time.
have been there for fucking 10 years,
'Cause
20
it's
years.
a 74 Duster.
I get it, man. Cars are fucking. I hate cars. They're a money suck.
What are we talking? Like a 97 Accord?
No,
What's
they're
going
not
on this
that
long?
bad. I guess like one's a 2006.
Okay.
I think they're both in the 2006, 7
Yeah, that's
range.
still getting close to 20 years.
Yeah.
Creeping up on it.
Yeah, and I don't think
17
they were
years.
bought new. So
Anyway, I was starting to mention that we did get a viewing of Hard Knocks.
Yes.
Detroit Lions.
Episode 2.
I feel like such an ass, dude. I'm being sucked in.
Yeah.
I'm being sucked
oh, dude,
in.
I bet that
Drinking the
story.
Kool-Aid.
It's propaganda. I know it's propaganda.
Are
I
you
know
ready?
what they're doing to me, but I'm getting sucked in.
Are you ready to go buy a number 44 jersey? I mean, I know you don't really buy jerseys, but like you ready to buy?
Rodrigo jersey.
Yeah, you ready to buy a number 44 jersey
love it.
yet?
Yeah.
Love him.
I mean, you see that stick on the kickoff? My
Oh,
lord.
you know, he's the guy
You're
that
a Pro Bowler.
they're gonna talk about for 5-6 weeks, and then you're going to find out he doesn't make the team.
Yep, that's
and it's
possible.
just, you know what I mean? Like one of those where
I don't see.
they're all
situation
super
where he doesn't-
athletes.
Yeah, I don't see a situation where he
Well,
doesn't make it.
they're all super athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So at any given moment, these guys are going to have those plays.
Oh yeah,
This guy looks like a stud, but we've seen this before where some standout wide receiver in camp, but he doesn't make the 6-player receiver core.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
linebackers a
all
little
that shit
deeper,
about?
and you need guys for your special teams and that kind of shit. So, I think he makes the team. I mean, barring anything.
Well, I mean, in
catastrophic,
this situation, I mean, you literally have a coach telling him he's going to start playing him on, the first team. So I mean, I don't think you could go that far.
And yeah, he has been. I mean, that's before I even saw the show or even watched the game. That was the, that was the talk, is that he had already been practicing with the ones and everything, ones and twos.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown, know the schools and the names of the 16 players or 17 players
receivers
That was
drafted
cool to
ahead
me.
of him.
drafted ahead of him.
I will say I liked that.
And having them do side by side with the draft call itself, and
Yep.
then him going, Bill Mahalski from Missouri. Like,
inspiration is what that is. Yeah.
the last player I saw do that was fucking Tom Brady.
Yep.
Tom
exactly
Brady.
right.
He did it.
Tom Brady
Yes.
knew
Everybody that
exactly.
went
Every
ahead of him.
quarterback.
Every quarterback.
Yeah.
The Brady 6, the quarterbacks that went
Right.
ahead of Brady, and he knew every single one of them, from Chad Pennington
Yeah.
to, the goat farmer that the Niners drafted.
Yeah, there's a handful. I mean, these guys that came out ahead of St. Brown, that there were no brainers. I mean, the
Yeah,
Jalen
yeah.
Waddles, those guys, that were just absolute can't miss guys.
Right.
But I would say, to know that
that
he's
list went pretty deep before
It
you
did.
got down to St. Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, and to know that I will, as a cynic, I do like that. Like that's something that that means he's fucking got a chip, and you
Yeah.
need a chip
Yep.
for sure to make things happen. In that
Yeah.
kind of
And
sports.
knowing his dad's been training him his whole life.
Oh, yeah,
And he's a
yoked.
2-time.
And there's something about
is he, Mr.
a
Olympian
younger-
or-
yeah, it was
or-
Mr. Olympia, I think, or whatever, like bodybuilding champion.
Yeah.
yeah, Mr. World or something twice, not even
2
just
times.
once. Yeah,
But
Yeah.
there's something about, because he has an older brother, Equiminius St. Brown.
Yes.
That's in the.
Where's he at?
He was in Green Bay. I don't think he's there anymore. I think he's in Chicago. Oh, he's in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
but-
That's right. His dad was at the game wearing the
Doesn't it
Bears.
always seem like the younger brother of it always seems to be a little better
Yeah.
when they come out in the pros?
Maybe.
I mean,
I had that Napoleon shit. You know what I mean? I
Maybe.
mean, not the short thing,
Well,
but in the end, little brother.
sure,
everyone's been telling
they've
you-
always had to live up to that older brother
So you have to
kind of
maybe
thing.
work just a little harder.
Exactly right.
Yeah, yeah.
So I expect good things.
I
He's
continue to
already
have
better than
my
his brother.
hate of the Hutchinson family. Having said that, though, these hot sisters and
Oh my
get the
God,
fuck
I
outta
love
here.
it, dude. I'm
only think one's that
so
hot.
excited.
You don't think they're both hot?
I think one. Yeah, no.
I think
Aria,
the mom and both daughters are plenty hot.
They're fine.
Yeah.
One of the daughters is the only one I think's like smoke show.
Okay, but I mean,
Well, if one's an 8 or 9, the other one's
I
not
just think
far
it's
behind.
bullshit, man. You have just
Why? It's a beautiful family. What are you gonna do? You have a supermodel mom and an elite athlete dad.
right. Well, it's bullshit.
Odds are they're not gonna
they don't have to work.
birth you.
They're ugly people should be the ones that get rich and have famous.
They do. They're called nerds.
They just have to work
On
for
and-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that Hutchinson's not worked for everything he's gotten.
Yeah.
I'm good with the guy.
Just whining because
obviously.
he's got hot sisters,
Yeah. He just resents the hot sisters. Why? Because they're being taken care of, probably.
right?
Yes.
With his $23 million signing bonus.
Yes, that's why.
And they've already got all the advantages.
They're
in the
never
world.
gonna have to do shit. Never, never.
It's the way it goes, man. You know what?
You got a hot sister. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Nice titties,
God,
too.
I hate. No, it's
He
not
just
that.
said, yeah.
It's like I hate.
He
I
told
always
us she
feel,
was the hottest of all her friends,
I
too.
know. I was gonna say. I always feel bad. I always feel bad every time. So glad she never listens to this. Every time we go to an event, whether it's her, her gender reveal or her wedding, not one fucking good-looking friend,
Really? So she is the hot one in the bunch.
or they're married.
Yeah.
Well,
The problem is-
or they're married. That's too.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the difference in that?
Well, they were, and some of those were ones I've never I don't think they're in her core circle. They're just at the wedding.
So if
'cause
they're
she
married, they
worked.
can't be hot. No hot friends, or they're married.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
When you look at her, there's just enough easiness in the face.
Yeah.
That I think it would be hard to lay down with that.
You just do it from the back.
Yeah, maybe. But I look at her and it's just like, yep, there it is.
There's those.
There it
beady,
is.
those
Yep,
eyes,
I know those eyes.
lifeless
I know
eyes.
those teeth.
I wonder what the baby's gonna look like. My lord, a mix of Mongoloid and Lauren.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
look like Aaron Rodgers.
It's gonna be a lady though. So I mean,
Well, you don't know that.
No, it's going to be, wow, okay.
You have no idea.
They
how
had
that
a
baby's
reveal
gonna
party,
identify.
and it came up pink. So my
boy.
sister is going.
Okay. Well,
Didn't they shut those down yet? Are you allowed to have that anymore?
yeah, I think that's illegal. I think that's a hate crime now.
Exactly.
Technically.
They can't even call them gender reveals anymore, right? They should be, I mean, they call it sex reveals,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow.
Well, that should be law.
There was something that we did, and she's at this point referring to it as a lady, as a future
Boy,
young
that's
lady.
ballsy. That's assuming quite a bit there, Isis. Quite a bit of assumption going on there.
I don't even know. I don't even know how you people get by.
Yeah. What
You
year
know
is
it.
this?
Very problematic. I'm
my
sorry,
God,
guys. I hope
please.
it didn't cancel the podcast on my behalf.
Yeah, your sister's probably going to get fired based on your comments today.
Seriously, dude, can you imagine? I wouldn't even, dude. I wouldn't doubt it. At these days,
Yeah.
this day and age,
They'd
the idea-
march in her office.
someone happens to listen, and they're like, Lauren Fady in wherever blank, she is already claiming her future daughter, boy or kid, as a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Tough.
tough
stuff.
Yeah.
Get her in this office ASAP.
Yeah.
I wonder what the doctor will say when it comes out with a pussy.
Well, he's probably
unknown.
going to make an
Is there-
uneducated guess.
Yeah.
But it's just a guess.
It
All right,
is
no
obfuscated.
dick. We're going to go female.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's again, that's a big.
We'll find
big
out
assumption.
what year is it? 2022. I guess we'll find out in
Yeah.
2040 or something like that. Whenever 18 years from now is, then they find out maybe.
Something like that.
Well, hopefully they've, cut her arm up and made a dick out of it.
But yeah, just in
Bef-
case.
long before
just,
that.
just
Yeah,
start
just-
doing those just in case.
Yeah.
Just start growing it so it's there when you need it, just in case.
Petri dish dick.
Just have dick arm right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Yeah,
That
I
way.
saw-
If not, go ahead. You can shove it. Somebody else might need it.
I
you
saw
know?
pictures of one earlier today, actually.
Yeah?
Someone
Is that
had
what you were
posted-
doing?
No, someone had on Twitter. Someone had posted a picture of their arm. It is fucking gruesome.
Yeah?
I want every child to go through
Is this the dick itself or post dick?
No, this is the fucking carving out of the skin and then some jagged fucking lightning bolt here up to the elbow.
Oh, to make the helmet?
Maybe to design
You
the
get a
helmet.
nice straight rectangle for the shaft, and then you
is-
got to get a little creative for the
It
helmet.
is so gruesome. I want every child to have to go through it.
Like
Every
like a
child.
sewing
Which
pattern.
one of the sisters isn't hot enough for you? By the way, just curious.
The one on the left. Are you
Left.
kidding me?
Yeah. But I mean,
what do you-
dude,
okay, I mean, what is the
that's
what
a
is the
mom.
question?
Oh, that's a sister.
Yeah, that's a
God, the
mom.
mom's hotter than
The
the sister.
sister, that's the hot sister. The mom's number 2, and then I don't know where the fuck they got that third one from.
Right.
Oh, come on. She's not that bad. She's pretty.
I wonder, honestly, what it's
mean,
like being in a
okay.
family of very attractive people. Because, I just feel like
Well,
we're
it's
from
not the end of the world for us, but it's not, it's not great.
No. But you're the least attractive in the attractive family. It's like when we used to joke about George W.
Ask Chloe.
Or Jed not being.
Chloe.
Kardashian. Fuck off.
The dad's not that great looking, by the way.
Well, thanks for noticing.
I mean, he created those three.
Yeah, he's got the stud that's
Well, I guess he didn't create his wife.
Yeah.
number 2 draft pick.
Yeah, he's the stallion that created the new stallion.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with a hot chick. That is 100% Chris Hutchinson's deal.
Right? But yeah, so I rest my case.
By the way, did you notice? I found this. I said Adrian Hutchinson's sister. It didn't say sisters. It only said sister. And there's a circle around the hot one.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't come out with sisters.
Exactly, because nobody's paying attention to the other one. I rest my case.
She's his sister. And if someone's Googling, someone told her like, "Hey, whatever her name is."
Aria, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, she sees it.
If you Google,
She sees it.
it only shows sister, and there's a red line around her.
Yeah, she's lucky they didn't just Photoshop
her right out of it.
Just
out
try
of
to-
it,
She's too close.
Yeah.
They couldn't quite get her out of this photo. I don't think.
They tried.
I mean, they circled.
Anyway, I'm into it. I'm into the Hard Knocks, man.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm excited. So I'm falling for it. I know I'm falling for it. I'm being honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that I'm falling for the propaganda, but
It just
Damn it.
No, it just feels different. That's
I know it does, but that's a stupid argument
That's
for-
but that's all that it has to start somewhere, and that's all we've been asking for.
yeah.
I mean, you're not going to just turn around and be a dynasty in
No.
a year or 2 years. It takes time, and you have to. It's been such a shit show for so long in the
Yeah.
SOL that you have to change the whole back end of it. You have to blow up the whole infrastructure and change that
Yeah.
before you can move forward and get the results on the field. And
Yeah.
then hopefully what you've built becomes a legacy, and you've built such a strong infrastructure that it carries itself.
Yeah.
And ideally, that you make this a place where free agents want to come.
Right.
That's the goal. It's not you
Well,
don't have to overpay guys to come here, or people go, fuck that, I'm not going to Detroit, which it's been for the last 20 years.
Right.
You get somewhere and you get a coach like him where people are like, yeah, I want to fucking play for that guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Well, I love the Detroit references all over the building.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much that inspires kids, but Detroit versus everybody is such a great slogan.
Mm-hmm.
It is so fucking badass. Seeing them wear those shirts,
Yep.
seeing these kids.
it's all over the facility.
Yeah.
They got it like on walls, on
Yeah.
It's I've seen it
whole
probably 6 or 7 times.
Grit, Detroit
there.
versus everybody, us versus the world, whatever the message is, it's noticeable in this Hard Knocks stuff. And hearing these guys that are being interviewed, just like, oh no, I love Detroit. I love this city. I love being around and you're just like, that's all you could ask.
That's all you can hope for.
You know, like most of these guys, you know, historically, it's a business. It's
Yeah.
like they're not from here. They don't have any fucking ties here.
Yep.
You know, they're just here because this team drafted them. But it seems like, from what we're seeing, like these guys are buying into, you know, a whole cultural change. Yeah.
You're like the Pistons with Cade Cunningham last year. I
Right.
forget the other guy that went ahead of him or whatever, and he
Oh
was
my
like,
God, the
whatever that was.
douchebag, dude.
But yeah, he was like, I don't want to go to Detroit. Fuck Detroit. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
We're like, well, then we don't want you.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
and
only
then you go
that,
to
by the
Cade,
way-
and Cade like embraced it right away. Was like, fuck yeah, I love it. Had his buffs on in the interview. I mean,
Yeah.
his draft and all that. Like that's the difference. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Those guys are equal players.
Yeah.
But that's the difference, is somebody that wants to be here and somebody that doesn't.
And that guy, too,
Yeah.
by the way, in his interview, besides the Detroit remarks, was also like, all he talked about was his wanting to be rookie of the year, his own stats.
Exactly.
Whereas in Cade did talk about the team
Yep.
a
Yeah.
lot more,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
That's the kind
you
of guy
see-
that you need. And
Yeah,
that's
for
what
sure.
the people you have to bring in, and you have to weed out those
Yeah.
other guys. And it takes time. You can't just do that in one season.
No,
correct.
Contracts and all that stuff. So that's why I say that it's, people think you can just,
It
get a new
feels like
coach
there's
or
a,
get a new quarterback, and all of a sudden the whole thing's going to change.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not really like that.
it feels like there's a real vibe here. Michigan, whether it's Funchess,
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson, his hearing his sister, seeing them interviewed pre-draft, like I'm gonna cry uncontrollably if he doesn't go to the Lions.
Yeah.
Like he so wanted to be here, they so wanted him here. Funchess seems to be embracing back home in Michigan. I don't remember what kid it was. He's got like a diamond on his tooth. It was just like, I love this city. I love being here, and it's just, yeah, that's a cultural change that,
Yeah.
I will say, another
cool,
funny
man.
thing
It's very cool to see. I hope I'm not getting sucked in, but
No.
I do feel like something's different.
I feel like that we're all 4 of our teams are in this position right now, is what I feel like. I feel like everyone is on the
thought
on
that
the
about
upside.
the Tigers. I'm not totally sure anymore. But
Well,
whatever. The other 3 do seem to be like that. Another funny
But
thing.
the Tigers should have been. They just didn't seem to take that step forward this
Right.
year.
I
Jose
thought
Baez.
I thought after last year, but
Javier Baez, yeah.
what was weird to me is like when they
Joan
showed
Baez.
Most errors in the majors.
when they were showing Barry Sanders there, and they're like, oh, and they showed film of him from his training camp. And it's
Dude,
like,
I was there.
but
I
it's
would have
like-
been there in '97
Yeah.
when they showed that camp.
But like, dude, that was the NFL in '97, and it's like they looked like they were fucking playing in an old
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Cornfield.
right? It was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It wasn't that bad when you were there.
But it looked-
I don't
It
know
was
where
the time. That's just that was normal.
I
That's
know.
what it was. It's just the evolution of things. Yeah, they would just basically play it. They used to come to
Saginaw
Oakland.
or whatever. Oh, Oakland.
They
Yeah.
used to come up to OU and to use the field. 'Cause
Yeah.
We didn't even have a football team like on the soccer field.
Right, right.
They
Yeah.
would do it.
Yeah.
And
That's
the training
fucking wild,
facilities
man.
and stuff. Yeah.
Looking
Yeah,
at
it
that,
just
to
shows
me.
how much money contracts have changed
Yeah.
everything. You know how many billions and billions of dollars have poured into these franchises,
Right.
and they equally share it among the teams.
Yeah.
So
They don't take any money for Hard Knocks.
huh?
They get paid for Hard Knocks.
Maybe.
There's got to be some sort
Some
of
sort of
incentive.
scale.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something for it because they're partnered with the NFL, and there's just got to be some sort of compensation, I would think.
Yeah,
on some
yeah.
level.
I don't know. Easiest, you looking that up?
Yeah. How do they pay a team? No, I want to. Do NFL teams make money? Oh, fuck. Okay, one second. The NFL can force a franchise to be featured on Hard Knocks to the league, though the league rules free teams, but never mind. I don't know.
This is how they pick them, but not how they get paid.
Yeah.
how much is it? But then it's like, how much does it cost? I'm looking at these Google fucking answers and I don't
Why
find.
don't you take a minute and do a little
Yeah,
research?
Okay,
'Cause,
give me a second. Yeah.
this part of the show is going to be brought to you by your insurance expert. Are you paying too much for health insurance? Are you uninsured? Health insurance can be confusing. Nick Matthews from Your Insurance Expert is an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare supplements, so you don't have to be. Call Nick Matthews at 248-914-1173. That's 248-914-1173. Did you get an answer yet?
No.
Really? No.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Should I go ahead and read another one?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, you know the wait is over. You can now custom order your brand new 23 Ford F-150 from our friends at Zott Ford and Holly. Be the first in your crew to get the all-new F-150 because the sooner you order from Zott Ford, the sooner you can take it home and show that bitch off.
Hell yeah.
Also, for a limited time, when you custom order your new F-150 from Zott Ford, they're going to give you $500 in free accessories. Plus, starting today, Zott Ford can custom order your new 23 Bronco Sport, Ranger, Explorer, or Mach-E. Just in case you need a little more good news, when you order from our boy Gabara, he's going to lock in 2.9% APR and give you an extra $500 on a purchase or $1,000 on a lease. So go to dealsinthed.com to check out their details and surf their sexy inventory and tell them TDC sent ya.
You notice I stand up and helicopter my dick every time you do a read?
Yeah.
Because the camera's just on you.
Yeah.
And it's my chance to shine
know,
without
that's fucking-
anybody seeing it.
It's
You're
perfect.
such a pro.
I know. I can't believe it. They should see the hair flowing back in my head from the wind from that thing.
I mean, I was standing up just fucking going to town.
The other
right,
day
like-
when you missed and it caught the end of the table like
Oh,
that,
it hurt like hell.
it had to hurt.
Oh, yeah. it
Startled
clipped.
me.
Yeah, it clipped right on the edge of the helmet. I got a little bruise there.
That will happen.
Good size bruise like that big, right on that.
Yeah,
right, on the tip.
right there.
Yeah,
that was too high. Doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, it's like a good $50 size.
Oh, yeah,
bruise.
bigger than a dime size.
Yeah, right on
right.
the tip.
Yeah.
Don't.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't get it.
Okay,
we'll just assume
look
they
this up
don't.
ourselves.
I think they get $7 a player.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Minneapolis Teachers Union stipulating that white teachers be laid off or reassigned before educators of color.
Oh, that sounds legit.
Yeah, allegedly to remedy the continuing effects of past discrimination by the district.
Ah, so two wrongs do make a right then, eh?
Yeah,
that's
of
what we're
course.
doing.
Yes,
Out fucking
Yeah.
standing.
Minneapolis Public Schools, MPS.
Oh yeah, I mean Minneapolis, they're just leading the way up there.
Dude, what are they doing in
I
Minneapolis?
know. You would think that's the last place you would think this shit's going on.
Like, weren't they like leading the way for years on the terrorism shit, like being taught in the, I don't want to say synagogues, but what like the
mosques?
Yeah, the mosques.
Oh, I don't know.
There was a real problem where it was
there?
like, how come all these fuckers are coming out of Minneapolis? What's going on in Minneapolis? And it was a hotbed for this extremist,
Really?
grooming that was going on. Yeah, for years.
Something in the water, perhaps.
I don't know. But then, like, this is where, George Floyd and the BLM riots and
Yeah, they're big on the defunding the police up there.
huge. Elon Omar fucking her brother, married her brother.
Oh, that twat.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, she's a piece of work. So now, why not? Why not separate the races when it comes to teachers?
That's exactly what we should do.
They've seen a massive drop-off in student enrollment, leading to layoffs of teachers with little seniority, something typical within the teaching profession, but the Minneapolis Federation of Teachers is opting for racial standards. I can't believe you could put that in writing. Honestly.
Racism standards, basically?
Yeah. Racial standards, racism standards, yeah.
I thought we weren't supposed to see color.
No, we are now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can only see it one way. I guess.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. There are people openly talking about like how wonderful this world would be when no white people exist
Oh,
anymore.
yeah. Aren't we, where they call us see-throughs anyway, right?
Yeah, clears,
Yep.
see-throughs. It's kind of funny, though.
I know.
It's kind of fucking
I
funny.
can take it. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
yeah,
That's not going to be our new
They're
N-word.
going to see right through us.
Yeah, it's not the insult you think it is. Fucking clears.
Can't see me.
So yeah, they're opting for racial standards before seniority to guarantee educators of color protections, starting with the spring 23 budget tie-out cycle, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah.
If accessing a teacher who is a member of a population underrepresented among licensed teachers in the site, the district shall access the next least senior who is not a member of an unrepresented population. Accessing refers to the reduction of staff. Teachers of color may be exempted from district-wide layoffs outside seniority order, adding that the reinstatement of teachers from underrepresented populations will be prioritized over white teachers. So not only can they not if you've got seniority, it's usually low man in the totem pole who gets the boot. It's like that on job sites
Certainly
everywhere.
how that is,
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the guys that have put the time in, have some sort of rank.
Yep.
They've earned that, and so they're not going to be the first ones blown out for some rookie.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we just keep the best fucking teacher?
No. What good would that do?
Well, let's keep fucking seniority
No.
race out of this thing. Let's just
No.
keep the best teachers.
You mean by best, you mean black and brown teachers, right?
Clearly, obviously, that's the only thing that matters.
Right. Because white
Nothing
teachers
else.
are obviously the word. Can anybody listening right now think of a white teacher who did you a solid that was good?
Most of them.
I can't think of one.
Most of
I
them.
mean, all the teachers that I knew that were good were black and brown, indigenous people of color, obviously BIPOCs.
I can't.
So I
can't even think of a black teacher I had.
me either.
I swear to God. I was just thinking back, like,
Yeah.
what did I can't even think of a black teacher that I ever had. I'm sure there
They
probably
were
was
wildly
one.
underrepresented in the Farmington Hills
Certainly
school
were,
system.
yeah. But
Did we have one?
I can't think of one. I really can't.
No.
I'm sure there had to be something somewhere.
I know we
But
Did you have a black teacher?
we
Jesus?
had one for sure.
Were you scared of him?
He was a tennis coach too, and I don't know if he was. Looking back at it now, there was always like a rumor he was gay because he had like he had like a real heavy lisp. Like if you wanted to talk, like not all gay guys talk like that, but he
yeah,
talked.
he was the tennis coach.
But he talked very effeminate, and
Effeminate, but
effeminate, whatever, ladylike.
Yeah.
But he wasn't African American. I'm trying to think. I don't know if we had any other ones or not. But
Did you like him? Did you know him?
Did you blow him?
I actually played tennis for him.
Okay.
He was.
Did you have any skills in tennis?
I was okay.
I bet
you were on
can't
the actual
serve.
tennis team?
And my serving was my worst, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, I was. I quit track my junior year because I hated track so much. Even though I liked running, I hated track. And so
Really?
Yeah. I quit in the middle of
cross country?
practice.
Makes no sense. I wouldn't know the difference between track and
Well, cross country, the thing with
Cross
I
country.
love because in cross
Track is just like events and on the track. And so like cross
Yeah.
country is just like running.
Right,
fucking,
well,
like,
and the other thing, yeah.
Forrest Gump style.
Forrest Gump
And you
style.
just show up, dude. You have guys, girls, 5 miles. You run your race, they run their race. Sometimes there's a JV if you do an invite, but whatever. But track, dude, those meets would be 6 hours. And if I'm really running the mile, maybe like you're there for hours to
For
run the
one
fucking
event.
mile.
Yeah.
And I just actually one day in the middle, I was in warm up, or we were warming up for track or whatever, and I was so sick of it. I was so sick of it, and we did this workout that I did not want to fucking do. And I just I said, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I just walked up to my
left.
locker and left.
Yeah.
And joined the
Good
tennis
move.
team the next day. I was so sick of it.
Yeah.
So sick of it.
And that's when you met the black gay coach.
The black gay coach.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh my God, that dude. He was a weirdo for sure, but whatever.
Past discrimination, going back to the teachers union in Minneapolis, past discrimination by the district disproportionately impacted the hiring of underrepresented teachers in the district as compared to the relevant labor market and the community, and result in a lack of diversity of teachers. To your point, T, two wrongs don't make a right. So how you fix that past discrimination?
Exactly. Is by discriminating more.
The way you do that is by recognizing that was how past assholes did things, and going forward, we're not doing that.
Yep.
Here's the guidelines for our hiring practices going
Yes,
forward.
exactly.
And you don't need it because what this does, you keep putting these not to say these people, but you keep putting these groups of people into a box where you make it impossible for people not to go, you only got that job because you was black.
Right.
That's I'm sorry, that's what you do by keep doing this narrative where
Exactly.
no, we need to give these poor blacks and browns special attention because they can't do it on their own. We need to just sit back, Whitey. We need to get all you guys
had
to
your
the
time.
front.
Your time's
like,
over.
Who is that helping? It's patronizing. It's embarrassing.
Exactly right.
And you think, I don't even know if you people believe this. What you're trying to push.
people?
Not you people being the assholes pushing this stuff.
By the way, I thought back to I'm sure I don't know how diverse your guys' school was, but we only
Not
had
very.
Clearly.
we had one African American student. So I mean, we had a 1-to-1 ratio. He had his
Coach, teacher.
or student to teacher. He had one African American teacher and one student. So I mean, that's fair, right?
We had RG, Roy.
Yeah.
We had
we had quite a few.
Kenny.
We had.
Kenny.
I mean, we had
We
quite
had
a few.
5 or
Just 'cause
6.
They had a lot more than that.
You think so?
Yes.
Mike doesn't see color.
I
so.
know.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No,
I bet if you Googled,
I was there my whole
racial
life.
No, I know. There's a lot more there now.
Well,
They're
that's
definitely
Well,
represented.
it's not even a school now. So.
Yeah, even just the community.
I think there's been more since then. But I'm telling you, we had one
Yeah.
kid in our school that was black.
Speaking of the Star Tribune in June, Edward Barlow, a black teacher from MPS, Minneapolis Public Schools, praised the pending stipulation as a rule that can be used as a national model.
Oh, good.
It can be a national model, and schools in other states are looking to emulate what we did. There's so much more than seniority at stake here. This is a bigger conversation about working conditions, compensation, and microaggressions in the workplace. Those are the pieces that this district also needs to reflect on and make some motions to improve. Oh, so we're not done yet, is what he's saying. We need more.
More than that.
This is so infuriating because what this is taken directly out of Ibram X. Kennedy's book on anti-racism, which is his grift. He goes around, gets paid tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to give speeches to fucking pussy white people. And, you know, it was one of the funniest videos. It's probably hard to find. They probably scrubbed it by now. But he's on a panel, and someone in the crowd asks him to can you define racism? And he's like, yeah. I mean, racism is when people are racist.
I thought we had played this at one
we
point.
did.
What was his name?
Ibram X. Kennedy. And he wrote a book about how to be an anti-racist. Yeah, good luck with that, dude.
Is that the letter X or EX? What are we talking
But
here?
in his book, Ibram X. Kennedy, I can't remember the name.
Just real quick, this is how I mean, it fixed it for me. Google fixed it for me.
No,
Yeah.
Ibram X. Kennedy.
Ibram.
There.
But that's it, right?
Yes.
That's my point. Google fixed it for me.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
close enough.
you had Abraham X. Kennedy. I can see how they would do that. See if you can find the book.
Yeah.
In his book, he specifically talks about doing this sort of thing. And this was just some radical advanced college theory.
Yeah.
That's all this was. The fact that this is being driven into the schools
They've
is
taken it and run with it.
Nightmarish. This was like advanced law stuff, theory.
Yeah.
You know? So it was never meant for public school consumption and like we're doing. But his thing was past discrimination. The only way to get past these past discriminations is to discriminate now to make up for that, and then further in the future discriminate as well to keep it on a level playing field.
So it's not fair to just take it back to even. You have to
overcompensate.
Overcompensate and take them down, lift them up, put them in that position of power.
Yeah.
Because then it would balance itself out.
Yeah.
No, that sounds awful.
Dude, we are going to go back to, I'm not even kidding, separate but
Mike,
equal.
it's hard to tell. With these videos, if you can't pre-listen to them,
Yeah, that might have been the Aspen Ideas Festival.
I think this is definitely it, but it's like, I just hope it's not someone else talking.
Yeah, there's somebody bring your microphone. Yeah, there's somebody bring your microphone.
Thank you. That was excellent. And I'm wondering, I just finished reading Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility, and I think she did like an excellent job of defining racism as like a system of oppression as opposed to like a personal choice. It's like it's there, you benefit from it, or you don't. That's its purpose. You talked about the importance of defining racism, but I unless I missed it, which is possible, I didn't hear your personal definition. Is there one that you would offer us? Like, how do you define racism?
Sure. So racism, I would define it as a collection of racist policies that lead to racial inequity that are substantiated by racist ideas.
Huh.
Oh, so racism
is the definition of racism.
Racism.
A collection of racist policies is how I would define racism. Racial inequity is how I would define racism.
Surprised that didn't start with a, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked me that.
Yeah.
What is racism to me? And then, just as much as you can.
God, imagine doing that with any other thing,
Right.
What are eyeglasses? Where they're
these pieces of glass for your eyes.
For your eyes.
To help you see better.
He
Even
wouldn't know.
that's
That
more.
would be an actual definition.
yes.
It's help you see better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it. You can't use the word in the definition of the word. Mm-hmm. It's not how that works. Hilarious.
Yeah. Clearly an expert in this field.
Yeah.
And someone we should definitely be listening
Yes. Who's got this grift down pat. You know, all these fucking middle-aged to older woke white assholes sitting in this room paying $5,000 a pop to listen to this guy call them.
Oh, my God.
Tell them what pieces of shit they are in the world. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And they're just like, oh yes, Sir Black Man.
Mr. X.
I listened to a black woman and she defined racism beautifully, but in case I missed it, which is entirely possible because I'm just a sack of shit white man. Maybe you could give me your definition of racism, sir, if you wouldn't mind. And then maybe you could piss in my mouth when you're done. Just to rub it in a little bit.
Race.
No problem. Racism.
Race.
I would define racism as racism against other people.
Yes.
historically.
Because of their race.
Because of their race.
And racist ideas.
And
racist people.
policies. And,
racist people create racism.
And that's that's how you define racism. Standing ovation. Wow.
So
Beautifully.
brave. So brave.
Stunningly brave. Really is stunningly brave. This stuff is starting to scare the shit out of me. I've done one of these stories once a week, T, I believe.
Okay.
Recently, where it's like, oh, Twitter's got a new set of rules for as we approach the midterm elections.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other one we did. Just the other day, we did another one where it was like, oh yeah, this group has announced their rules. We did Twitter.
What the hell was it?
Was it Instagram or?
It was basically just that. No, it was Twitter.
Well, we did Twitter, but there was something else.
There was
too.
another one. I've done a couple of them. This one's Meta, which is the parent
fucking
company.
hate that they call it Meta.
I know, so do I.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah, that's the parent company of Facebook, and announced its own set of policies and safeguards to political discourse ahead of the 2022 midterms.
Oh, good.
This is great news. Meta announced it would implement a series of policies to be used in the midterm elections, policies that are consistent with the same policies the platform used during the 2020 election. Those policies include preventing election and voter interference.
Oh,
But
wait.
You personally,
You know what they should get is some overqualified people that could check the facts.
Oh, yeah.
behind the scenes of the people.
where are you going to find those people?
I don't know. I mean,
They could fact check the world's information.
yeah, at the blink of an eye, at the drop of a
Yeah.
hat, instantly get the answers and know exactly what's right or wrong.
But
if only.
if you're talking about Meta, Facebook, and Zuckerberg's role, like,
Because that's Insta too, right?
are they inside? I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe.
Don't
Yes,
they-
they're
Yeah, they just
Yep.
bought up everything.
Combined.
So,
Yep.
so to become the clear global monopoly they are. You personally, Mark Zuckerberg, head of Meta and Facebook, you personally were engaged in election and voter interference on a level unseen in human history. Zuckbucks to the tune of $413 billion. You personally were the voter interference. What are you talking about? You're going to have a policy? What is the policy just for you?
Well, it doesn't say that. It's right along lines with what they did in 2020. So
Yeah.
I expect more of the same.
Don't you
He
think?
said he was taking his bucks out of the deal, his Zuck bucks. He wasn't going to do that again. Why, sir?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you if it's so successful and you're going to implement the same policies
And
and
it was
standards?
so, above board.
Yeah.
Don't you think he should be more concerned about the fact that no young people use his product? Like most companies, that's like a big thing, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
entertainment, whatever. Hey, we got to go. Like, how come it is that nothing?
Well, they do because they use Insta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's for the kids, and the
Facebook
Facebook is for the old folks.
That's fair, I guess. That's
so
a
he's
good
got
point.
the market.
Are there
covered.
numbers dropping, though?
Yeah.
Like you could see with Netflix when they lose 250,000 subscribers in a quarter. Have we seen a lot of things like, oh, wow, it's marking
I'm
the end
sure-
for
yeah.
Facebook?
Probably.
I mean, what defines that? Their stock
Facebook
value?
Facebook to me is worthless. Like I'll go on there, but I know I only see fucking 8 people's things.
Yeah.
It's for someone that's doing what we're doing, Facebook is utterly pointless. It gets your P1 listeners, right? Your preset dial
Well,
one listeners.
the problem is though.
That's all I ever see. It's the same fucking 10 people.
But the problem is for someone like me, it's like you're right. It is useless. But on the same hand, if I took it away, what would I do?
Oh,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
That's how I
nothing
get so much of my
No,
shit
but
out
if
there.
you- if
Truth
you just-
Social.
If you just remember
True,
back
yeah.
to how it was.
What about that other one?
Jesus, I'm in the middle of a sentence.
Well, I was technically talking.
No,
I think,
you
before.
shut up and I started my sentence. You don't get to restart
I'd
your
like to
fucking
go back
sentence
and listen
again.
to the audio on that.
You
one.
do that. You're not going to
Okay.
like what you see.
Wait, here you mean?
Come
Okay.
across this table, gross, and punch you. I don't even remember what I was going to say. No, if you remember back to 10 years ago, how these things operated, where it was like, hey, if you amassed 1,000 people on your Facebook friends, they all saw what you posted, and there was an equal opportunity for engagement, and it meant people could grow a platform.
Yeah.
Now, I guess you can pay for that sort of.
Not
but
really, though.
people that are sort of like, hey, I listen from time to time, but I don't comment. Or I listen to every minute of every show, but I don't jump on there unless it's really, really something I need to say.
Yeah, half the
Those
shit on my
people are
feed,
never going to see it.
Half my shit on my feed is either an ad or, I mean, it's something that I don't subscribe to, I don't like. It's something that's shoved down my fucking throat, or suggestions, or other
I hate
things.
it.
They're in there. Like I didn't ask for any stuff.
You can pay for boosting if you have a page, which I wish I would have done a way longer ago. For example, for myself, maybe.
Does that help?
But like, I don't know, to be honest with you. But I mean, I probably would do it. But like, you can't boost your personal page, which I don't understand. Why not? Why wouldn't he take money from me? Because honestly, in my case, for example, if tomorrow I said, hey guys, it would be a lot better for me to try to grow my thing, my comedy or whatever, yada, yada, go like Eric Fady instead of just befriend me on my regular thing.
Right.
They just don't all do it
But
all.
you can invite whoever you want to like it.
Yeah.
Like when I launched TDC Podcast, the first thing I did was go through and select everybody and invite them to like it.
Yeah, it's just kind of a bitch because they've already gotten used to, and now it's like, now on my end, by the way, what do? You have to make things on both things and log in and out, and it's
there's
just
programs that'll do it all for you.
Yeah.
maybe
for sure.
Maybe
100%.
so. It's not as easy as you think it is.
Dude,
though.
but my point is, it used to be a really great thing where if you worked a little bit, you could grow it. There's no growing your presence.
No,
really,
not much. I work my
Facebook.
ass off, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's like,
No.
but I can't not do it either.
No.
That's the other thing.
No.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, but it's very limited.
I know.
Anyway, let's get through this story. So, Meta touted its existing policies around removing hate speech. Again, nobody can define hate speech.
Nope.
And it's relevant. It's everybody's definition of what's hate speech. I mean, some uber fucking super Christian out there could be saying the word hell is hate speech. Like everyone's level of offense is different. So there's no way. Like anytime I see hate speech, it's not a thing. It's not a real thing. Hate speech is not a real thing, especially when you're talking about First Amendment rights.
Sure.
I
think that was what the Pablo thing was classified under.
Totally.
It was hate speech or threats or something. That picture is all that it was.
Yeah.
So
Mugshot of Pablo Escobar.
That's somebody's definition of defining that as of hate speech.
That's the mirror they saw it through. Yeah. That's the lens they chose to see it through.
Exactly right.
And there's no form for going, hey, this is a joke between a couple longtime friends. Mm-hmm. You should have been able to write that to them. Hey, this was a joke between longtime friends. Circle in Connor and go, Connor, would you agree or disagree? And Connor goes, yeah, duh, I know. Yeah, exactly. It was a joke, inside joke between
But you
friends.
don't get to do it that way.
No.
But someone else might see that, and they aren't those two. I'm just kidding. Dude,
I know.
So
it's just fucking stupid, though.
They've noting they've already banned 270 white supremacist organizations and removed more than 2.5 million posts for hate speech in just the first quarter of 2022. That's not the win you think it is.
No. Well,
they're bragging about that.
It's the win they think it is.
Yeah.
It's the win they think it is.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not.
Right. The company then touted its relationship with state and local election officials, federal agencies, and industry peers. Terrifying. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The government has free speech. Just says the government won't come and arrest you and throw you in jail for your speech.
Yeah.
But the federal government is boldly talking to these agencies, and they're doing the bidding for them. You've got a private company who's absolutely in bed with the federal government and doing their bidding for them. Like that, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So, as was the case in the U.S. in 2020, election-related content will remove. What they'll remove includes misinformation about the dates, locations, times, and methods of voting. Right. I don't know what that would be.
I mean, I guess if you, if you were to say, "Oh, hey, go here to vote," and you tell people to go to the wrong place,
right?
Like, I can see that.
Yeah. And dates, so that would be like,
hey, guess what?
Wednesday.
We pushed it back a day, so if you show up tomorrow.
Oh, he's on Tuesdays.
I know. Whatever.
Well, You know how many people would actually know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as many.
That's
as
a good point. I wonder how many people
Yeah.
for real in a survey
Yeah.
would know.
Hey, there was a water main break, so we're pushing it till Wednesday. So everybody show up on Wednesday.
Yeah. There's
Or
a
we
guy.
had to close that school. It's over here now. Things like that. I can see where that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something that should be, controlled on some level. I don't
Right.
like in the-
Especially if it's got any sort of
Well, that
weight
is,
to it.
but
You know what I mean? Like
but
if
yeah.
like if it's followed by a lot of people and
Yeah.
it looks like a lot of people.
The difference is that something that can be proven false.
I was going to say that's unobjectively a
Yes.
misinformation.
Right.
Flat
The
out.
other-
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that they're acting like this other stuff is just facts by
by rumor.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
We
indisputable.
learned that.
They're just
Rumors are
like
not facts.
indisputable, and
That's-
they're not.
Yeah.
It's opinion based fact. And
That's the only reason.
Scary part.
Yeah, exactly. Whether a vote, let's see, misinformation about who can vote. Okay. What does that even matter?
I don't know, because it can't.
Like if
everybody
someone
vote.
walks up
You
to
don't
a
have to be
stupid
citizen
person,
to vote anymore.
Right. What's going on here?
whether a vote will be counted. What's going on? Is it worth interrupting the show, Isis?
I think actually I'd go with yes.
I would say yes, it is.
What is it?
Especially if that dog, if something led to the person walking the dog having to bend down.
Isis, you're on a talk show. Explain what the fuck you're seeing. What is it?
There's a lovely woman walking a dog out in front of the house.
Okay.
That happened to catch my eye, and then Isa saw it, and now we're all going to look.
Isis, why aren't you taking pictures of it?
for the website.
yeah. For the website.
For the
Full context.
yeah, for the website.
post these later.
Let's see. Qualificative calls for violence related to voting, voter registration, or the administration or outcome of an election. Yeah, there's already laws in place for this. You can't threaten someone. That's already a law. You don't need to add more laws. If you break a law, then you get arrested. Easy. We will reject ads that question the legitimacy of the upcoming election.
Oh,
Okay, so if someone wants to claim,
here we go.
Yeah,
We're
so-
starting to get into the
So any-
interpretation side of things here.
right? So if Trump wanted to come out and say everybody knows it was bullshit, this president soup
Yeah.
didn't win shit, as if 81 million people voted for this
Or if there was
walking
something
brain
about,
fart.
a laptop or things like that.
Right.
That can
Yeah.
just be handled behind closed doors.
You're gonna love this, and I'm very, every once in a while, the what do they say? A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, yeah.
They can stumble into being right because I don't agree with a lot of this.
Sun
but
shines on a dog's ass once in a while.
exactly. We have 10 fact-checking partners in the U.S. to address viral misinformation.
Oh, good,
which is just
That's good. It's reassuring.
Isn't it? It's like okay, they could have gone with one or two.
Oh, no.
But they're taking this shit seriously, man, and you got to respect that. They're looking out for your best interests,
Clearly.
certainly ours. So to have 10 fact-checking partners in the U.S.
That gives me the warm and fuzzies.
to address viral misinformation, what could possibly go wrong? I can't. It's
I'd love to see the resume of the said fact checkers.
yeah.
Which qualifies
well,
them
just
for
look
this
at
position.
Obama's cabinet, for instance. I bet you'll find a lot of links there.
Yeah.
Just guessing. I don't know. I don't know who's part of the 10. We're also investing an additional $5 million in fact-checking and media literacy initiatives ahead of the midterms, including fact-checking services on WhatsApp, giving money to fact-checkers to increase their capacity during the elections.
Oh, is that what it's for?
Yeah.
Is that what it's for?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just doing their best. Developing media literacy resources to teach people how to identify misinformation for themselves. Sounds like you guys need to take your course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're the most egregious violators of this of anyone.
They wouldn't.
Like
think
by
so.
a landslide.
They think they're doing the Lord's work over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the changes to the policies come as the company announced that it would decrease the reach of political content on Facebook more broadly.
Oh, that's what we want to do.
So-
Decrease the reach.
Why would they want to do that? Anyone care to venture a guess as to why they would want to decrease the reach of political content on Facebook more broadly? Well, I'll tell you why. Because with sky-high inflation, gas prices through the roof, crime rates, all like as a direct result of what this shit administration has done, those will become the things that are politically ads are bought for and fucking thrown out there. Like Are you happy with the crime rates up 40% in New York?
Yep.
You happy with violent crime up 30% all over the country?
We're going to limit the reach.
We're going to limit the reach and
more broadly.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about it.
So what an odd statement. Limit the reach more broadly.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
And fucking
So if you
yet
thought
another oxymoron out of these clowns.
if you thought conservatives were going to be able to tout high inflation, high gas prices, high crime rates,
Nope.
and use that as their, like why you should vote for us as opposed to this. No.
Yeah.
We're going to, what again?
We're going to limit the reach more broadly.
On a broad level.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. Fucking amazing.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, I went an hour without doing a trans story.
Well,
Do I get credit for that?
I mean, it's still in the episode.
it's still the show, so no.
Well,
This, I there's one I know of.
Which one?
Is it involve an elderly lady at all or no?
oh, the 80-year-old?
Yeah.
No, I have had that
Damn
story
it.
a few times.
Okay.
Why? Did you want to talk about that one?
I mean, it's fucking funny.
She saw a grown-ass man in the locker room
Right.
at her local YMCA, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And she's 80, she's showering, and this dude,
Just swinging dick over there next to her.
yeah, and he's staring, he's looking, she's watching him look at a couple of prepubescent girls changing with their mom after getting out of the pool, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And she pitched a bitch.
Yeah.
Went up to the front desk and was like, "You know what? I may be a prude. I'm 80, but I do not need to see his hairy balls and dick
Yeah.
in front of these children." And they're like,
Mabel.
"Mabel,
How dare you?
Gertrude,
How
you
dare you.
fucking bigot, you homophobe, you fucking transphobe, fucking transphobe. If you can't handle swinging dick, a nice lady swinging dick,
You're
balls
the
in your face,
problem.
you're the problem." And she's like, "There's no warning, there's no nothing." They're like, we've hung pride flags all over this building.
Yeah.
That should have been enough to tell you there's going to be a hairy set of balls
Here's
and
your
dicks."
sign.
Yeah, there's just a lady. Just a lady pulling my cock and balls out. Who hasn't been there? Hey, ladies, can I take a quick survey in the locker room? Don't you hate it when you're shaving your lady balls and you clip a piece of the skin and it starts bleeding? I hate that. I think we can all agree. Am I right, ladies?
Yeah. Well, they've all caught a lip here and there.
Yeah.
They know the feeling.
They know. Yeah,
It's,
you're
you
right.
know, we all have the same struggles.
No,
Okay.
she made a statement, the granny.
Yeah.
Because they banned her for life.
Oh.
She's been swimming there for 35 years.
Oh, this is like Granny v. Tranny.
Yeah.
Right.
So they banned her for life,
Yeah.
and so they, there's a group that's trying to help her out, whatever. And they had her give a statement at the podium, like what she saw and whatever.
Did you look?
And like trans fucking groups showed up and were just
Trans people are real people or
no,
whatever.
trans rights are human rights.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we got this 80-year-old
80-year-old woman.
who just,
Right.
yeah.
Felt a little uncomfortable having this dude's fucking dick in her face.
Right.
And felt it was a little uncomfortable for these little girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Amazing.
Sororities at
the end of times.
I know. Sororities at the University of Alabama.
Fuck, I never even thought about that angle.
What?
Brilliant.
Sororities?
Yeah, we've gone down the prison angle.
Yeah.
We've never fucked with the
Right,
sorority
right.
angle.
Well,
That's a good point.
Nice.
Roll Tide. Bama said no.
Fuck. That's what a great move.
Yeah.
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 Although would they just resent you for it if
don't
you were
know.
just trying to? Because basically what you're doing is you're trying to be the in the fox in the hen house.
Yep.
Right. Like you're trying to cut all the corners, take all the game away.
Well,
and
I mean-
just trying to slowly ease your way in.
You
And
only gotta win a few of them over.
right.
Yeah.
But how is that not a fox in the hen house?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dare you, Mike? That's so insensitive.
Well.
Fox in the
soror-
hen house.
They're rejecting current political correctness, and they stuck together, the sororities around Alabama. Roll Tide! As they opposed a biological male attempting to join their groups. Alabama student Grant Sykes stated he attempted to join the sororities, but was unanimously rejected. Now he's the victim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sykes posted his quest on TikTok, accruing several million views, but the sororities dismissed the idea of a man joining their group. Unfortunately, this chapter is closed. Sykes complained on Instagram. This recruitment journey is over for me. Being dropped from my last house this morning during primary recruitment at the University of Alabama doesn't come as a surprise, considering out of the almost 20 chapters, I was dropped by every single one except 2 before day 1.
Gonna have to go back to Phi Beta Gay.
Yeah, I think I saw this guy too.
It's funny. It's kind of such low brow.
Do you have a picture of him?
Yeah.
Her, excuse me, Grant Sykes.
It's just kind of like it's
because
almost,
if it's a video, I wouldn't mind showing you the video.
I mean, is it just a straight up dude, or is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yes. This is just a gay man.
I mean, obviously,
this is just a gay man, and he's got all the,
all the parts,
mannerisms, all the. He's as gay as you'd think, and he's, sir, you're just a gay man.
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
I
said go back to Phi Beta Gay.
Phi Beta Gay. I'm hopeful of a future where everyone is welcome for just being themselves everywhere.
Oh, gotcha.
Just keep reading. Be a professional.
Fucking stop doing that. I think you guys are.
He did it to
pulling
me.
up a video.
I'm
I don't know
talking to
what's
him.
going on. Well, don't talk to him during a talk show. He's as close to blinds. The fucking animal sitting next to me can't. Just go out and talk to her real
It's
quick.
right
T.
there.
My goodness.
Well, I can't see her. I still haven't seen her.
All you need to do is
Here.
Open the goddamn blinds all the way. Jesus.
whistle so she'll look.
I mean, this is
Fucking
not-
old.
No, she's not.
No, she
Bring her
looks
in.
like-
Let's see. Is
Yeah,
she clean?
Jesus.
Invite her in.
Jesus, bring her in.
Should I yell out how old are you to this
Yeah.
window?
Hey, you appear sort of hot. Can you come over here so we can confirm?
Your age?
Yeah.
She didn't look old to you? I couldn't get a
I
good
can't.
look.
I didn't get a good look. I was looking through the
Such
slats of the
professional-
blinds.
Such lack of professionalism in this room.
I should be able to communicate with our engineer without you losing your track of the
He's a
fucking
producer,
story.
first
Just
off,
read-
and you were waving violently and talking.
I didn't say anything.
You were whispering. You didn't even cough.
I would say this
yourself.
one was a little more
egregious.
egregious than the last one.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Isis.
Well, because I
My
did, I
case.
pointed and he was like, okay, and
But
he was going to the computer. I'm
30,
like, no,
20
dipshit.
years in the business, Mike, and Troy's still kind of a rookie almost.
I thought
honestly.
you guys were such pros. You were pulling up a Grant Sykes video so I could show you the effeminateness. But no, you're fucking doing the show with your dicks instead of your actual heads, and you're worrying about a hot chick. I expect this from you, but
You don't expect it from me? I'm
really.
insulted by that. I think.
so yeah,
You should be.
Clay Travis reacted to this lady. Roll Tide,
There
good
you
for
go, by
them.
the way.
Yeah, this is the video I saw.
I did two things at once.
See?
Nice job,
Multitasking.
Isis.
OOTD, Bama Rush, day one, convocation and open houses today, and this is what I'm wearing. So the skirt is from Lulu, it's the new pink edition. My shoes are Air Force, of course. My shirt is from Shein. It's the really, really cute one that's like, everything's gonna be okay. And
No, it's
my jewelry is from all over the place. And yeah, and my hair and makeup is done by yours truly, so wish me luck.
And rejected.
Well, for hate speech, obviously. They only rejected him because they hate, trans folks.
Yes, exactly.
No, sir, you're just a gay man.
Bring on the lawsuits.
Oh, yeah.
Although if that's just, I mean, it's hard to tell anymore. But it's just a gay man. I mean, they're all women. But
Yeah.
I mean, is there any like surgery or anything involved in this? Is this just just straight up guy that wears a skirt?
Yeah, like his feelings are so important to him.
Yeah.
His emotions are so important to him, but he doesn't give a flying fuck about the feelings or emotions
Of anyone else.
of anyone else. Of a house full of women who might, for myriad reasons, might be intimidated just by having a fucking naked guy in the showers with them.
Yep.
And every one of those women in these sororities, or girls really, in these sororities, have their own lived experience that you don't fully know about, and it could be super traumatic.
Well, what about their
I guarantee some of them have been raped or molested on some level, and fucking, we were watching that Woodstock 99 documentary, and the girl gets passed through the crowd,
Yeah.
and gets to the end, and the reporter's like, wow, that must have been amazing. How was it? She goes, I now hate all men. Right? That little bit of shit where a couple guys grabbed her ass cheeks,
Yeah.
maybe grabbed a titty.
Yeah, took a shocker on the way by.
Exactly. I now hate all men. And I know other women who feel that way. So God knows, like the sorority house, unlike the male fraternity, the sorority house has a mom in there, right? So it's like, no, get these fucking swinging dicks out of here. Gone. They're not allowed in here. And so now you're just going to welcome this dude in who's just like, hi, it's just us ladies.
Yep.
No, man, that's not fair to these women who have specifically gone out of their way to not be in this environment where they're dealing with.
They're not all in there because they can be straight and gay women in there. They're not all in there because they all want dick together. That's not their similarities. Right. We can all just talk about dicks together. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, it's because they're women.
It's a great point, Mike,
men.
by the way. What about their triggers? You know, everyone's you got trigger warning. Well, what about the people in that house? What if they have triggers towards us?
Everybody's worried about the minority.
Yeah.
But it's like, but they technically might be the minority in that house. There could be a girl there that's been fucking raped several times. You're right. And now this guy walks in there. Now, but why does it, how do you decide what's trigger warning?
Yeah.
I guess it's what's most important on social media.
Go by historical standards, which we all knew until a week ago.
Good for Bama. Just that's what we need is people to start fucking pushing back.
Yeah.
Just not accepting it. No, it's not okay.
As far back as 2016, a sorority at Tufts University, and I'm going to follow up with what you just said because there's another story about just that. But this goes to a sorority at Tufts University offered a membership to a 19-year-old Harper Hopkins, a biological male. The sorority's national office was reluctant to offer the membership. Cosmopolitan ran the story denouncing the sorority as inherently transphobic. The international sorority later apologized for hesitating and approved Hopkins immediately.
Oh, see? There you go.
So, just call them something. They didn't even decline it. They were just hesitant. And this is 2016.
Oh, wow. Yep.
They were hesitant, like, okay, this is a new one.
Right. Let's run this one through legal, shall we? And see if this is okay. And
yeah. Do we need to have all the girls sign off that they're comfortable with this? Like, where do we stand on this? Hesitate. Means they're inherently transphobic as a group.
Exactly.
Oh, our bad, our bad. Yes, trans world, please move this man into our house. Wonderful idea.
Yep.
It's just disgusting.
So based on Mr. X, we should just get rid of all the women and then have all trans be in sororities now.
Well,
and then
that would make
that
would be
a
make good.
Mike likes to bring back this idea of like separate but equal situations, right?
Well, yeah,
so
it's
like
important.
why not have a trans, whatever you'd call that? I guess
Can't do it.
Yep. Well,
I mean, you could have that separate but equal. It's very important that it's equal. If we're going to bring back water fountains, and I think we can all agree that's the road we're headed down. We have a white water fountain and a black water fountain, but it only works if they're equal.
You know they won't be.
You cannot have well water coming out of the black people or Flint, Michigan water coming out of the black people's faucet, and then Crystal Geyser water coming out of the white fountain.
That's actually not how it would go now. We'd get the bad water.
And that would be okay, but that would be okay because of past
Oppression
discrimination and
patriarchy
and
or whatever.
equity.
Reparations, bitch.
Yeah, reparations and whatnot. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I was taking a sip of water there. I didn't do that like I was supposed to. Like a good comic will wait for the laughter.
Yeah.
and then
Ho,
take a sip of water.
ho.
I had
Now
an
it's just
absolute
settling.
dead fucking space there.
Yeah, just to fill in with a gulp.
Funny, there was a joke made, and then me and Troy are just sitting here, and then you take a drink of water.
The problem is getting a laugh out of anyone in this room is historically
What are
impossible.
you talking about?
set
We're
up-
laughing.
I know, but
You set up such
people
a
listening are
standard.
laughing way harder than we are.
You've set up such a standard here.
Yeah.
That it is not just. In fact, I think you said it before, but I think if anything, there's a want not to laugh.
Yeah.
Like you better fucking
Go out of your way to not laugh. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Better earn it. You're gonna earn it.
You gotta earn it.
That leads to a situation that we just had.
Yeah. When it was like, I'm in my mind, I'm like, this is taking forever to swallow. I've got too much water in my mouth. It's gonna take a while to swallow.
Dribbled it all down your chin.
Dribbled
and
it all down my
everything,
chin.
too.
Yeah. It was one of those where I wanted to drink a lot. But
I thought
didn't
about
have
it.
the
I
laugh
just
track
reached for
underneath.
mine and was just taking a drink, and I looked over and you were taking a drink for me. I'm like, this is weird.
Yep. This is gonna be a problem. But you decided in that instant, in that microsecond there, that it was gonna fall on me.
Yeah, well, I was already in the
The
process.
blame wasn't gonna be on you. It was gonna fall on my
it's your
shoulders.
show.
Yeah. So
And then it just led to two people just sitting here, no conversation.
way to pick up the ball and run, guys.
I love the awkward silence. I was drinking. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. Isis.
I was.
I blame you.
Staring into space.
He eat out.
Fuck. I'm sorry. That
Take your
hurts
time.
so much. Wow. Okay. We're good.
Oh, sorry. Here, want me to get some laughter? In
No,
here?
no, no.
Sure.
Dave and Chuck the Freak laugh
Yeah,
tracks.
Well, hey, this part of the show is going to be brought to you
What
by
a time for it.
Janet Davis Cleaners on Woodward in Berkeley. It's family owned since 1938. They offer free pickup and delivery. They only use the best environmentally friendly cleaning methods, meaning guaranteed odor free. This is a full service dry cleaners, casual clothes, work clothes, wedding gowns, and more. Visit janetdaviscleaners.com or call them at 248-543-0340. Mention TDC and get $20 off your first home pickup.
Are they coming in here?
Gross.
Yeah.
No, it's our insurance expert.
I keep fucking that up.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, the people behind the scenes are taking care of that.
Yeah. Thank God for the people behind the scenes.
Thank God for the people behind the screen.
Absolute magician.
And yet, they don't get the glamour of the scenes.
Excuse
That's
me?
okay.
The
Yeah,
what?
the glamour of the scenes.
Glamour of the scenes.
They're behind the scenes. They don't
Wow.
get it.
Yeah.
They don't get the glamour
Maybe
of the
it's
scenes.
prettier behind the scene than the it's not as
I
glamorous in
just
front.
made myself laugh.
Let's have a drink.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much of glamour of the scenes I was getting, but
Yeah.
apparently
This.
It's- it's quite a lot. Thank you.
There's just something hit me when he said that. You said that's the beauty of the behind the scenes, and I thought, well, the scene. People say that, but behind the scenes. But
Yeah.
I don't hear anyone talk about the scenes.
No.
No.
There's a reason why.
What do you got there, Mike?
Well, something that will not get recognized. I think it only got reviewed by a handful of critics. No one would touch this. Of course, this was the Matt Walsh documentary, What is a Woman?
Oh, yeah.
Which I think should be up for documentary of the year.
Amen.
It's so good.
It is.
It's so fantastic. I've watched it a couple times. There's no way you're not going to have an opinion walking away from watching that documentary. It's not confrontational. It's not argumentative. It's just, here's a platform. I'm asking very, very simple,
Yep.
generic questions.
That seemed to be unanswerable.
Yes. And Matt Walsh is so good in it. But I think he's getting to the end of his rope
Yeah.
with this stuff. He says the United States, so they were doing a screening of What is a Woman somewhere. And he said the United States needs a coordinated national movement against radical trans ideology. Like, that's where we're at now. So it was him, Senator Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee, and What is a Woman director Justin Folk hosted a private screening for some of the most influential people in Tennessee on Monday evening at the Franklin Theater in Franklin, Tennessee, which is a few miles south of Nashville. The documentary follows Walsh, asking what is a woman, blah, blah. It results in few concrete answers from the proponents of radical trans ideas. Only when Walsh speaks with the unwoke experts, such as Jordan Peterson, and with the members of an African tribe, does he receive straight answers on what makes men and women separate. Walsh told the audience before the movie that he wanted them to take that whatever they feel watching the movie, whether that's anger, fear, inspiration, or something else, channel that feeling into action. We've allowed this utter madness to grab hold of our society. He explains that radical activists would continue to make strides in education, athletics, culture, politics, until the silent 95% of people who know better start speaking up. He wants to see an organized mass movement like the pro-life movement against radical trans ideology. Blackburn joined Walsh in welcoming guests and retold her questioning of KBJ, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who couldn't define what a woman is. Because she wasn't a biologist.
Not a
remember?
biologist, exactly.
The exchange underscores how pervasive radical trans ideology has grown in American society. The ideology, which is having a real impact on children and minors who are put on puberty blockers and given life-altering surgeries, is driven by activists as well as profit-seeking hospitals and pharmaceutical companies. You know me, I'm like all for it. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's the only way, is to really force your way through the walls, and then when the dust clears,
Yep.
we'll
Pick up the
realize.
pieces.
Yeah, we'll pick up the pieces then, and the sooner we just get there, just do it. So I've often said, and it's crude, I understand, but if your kid even looks at a rainbow and goes, "Mommy, pretty," cut his dick off.
Yep.
Obviously, he's a woman. So stuff like that. Isis, where do you land on this? I'm interested in you because you've got the softest heart of anyone in the room, probably.
What do you mean
What
where
do you
I
mean?
land on it, though? Because I've been pretty clear, I think.
I think so, but when you're talking about a national, we need a national movement to fight trans radical ideologies. Now, that seems very clear to me, but it does not seem very clear to everyone.
Well, the problem is that differentiating between radical trans ideologies and trans rights.
Yeah, I'm
Because,
all for trans rights.
Well, exactly right, but that's where that line
Right.
falls,
And I
how
feel like-
and how those are addressed is a very slippery slope.
yeah.
But-
Well, trans rights are human rights, and I do believe that.
Exactly right.
So, as a human being, you have rights to.
Yes. So, but it's hard to differentiate one from the other in a lot of situations.
Right.
So, yes, of course, something has to be done about the extreme ideologies that we're talking about and the way some of this stuff's being handled. But you also have to be very careful when you're doing that, not to take away the rights from the trans community.
Which I don't
Which is-
necessarily think that Matt Walsh would
What?
do. I think that I'm not saying he wants to hurt
No.
trans people, but I think he would push
Go a
harder
little
than
farther.
I would,
Yeah.
for example.
I don't know.
I listen to some of his stuff, and I like some of it, but he's got a very
Pretentious-
arrogant, pretentious.
yeah.
You know what I don't like, by the way? And I hate that it tends
It's a
to
very
be...
smooth show. It's a quick.
I only watch
45
little
minutes.
clips I see
Yeah.
on YouTube, to be honest with you. But
Okay.
I would say, like, one thing I don't like about more right-leaning people is I hate that, like, even though we don't have as many actors, as many singers, right? Most of them are liberals, obviously. But, like, I really hate when I hear people that are more right-leaning just never like anything popular, never like music. They don't, like, I'll hear them sometimes reference, like, a singer, like, trying to even think. Maybe,
Kid Rock.
Not even, no.
Ted Nugent. What are we talking about?
No, like Matt Walsh. Like I could hear him almost like talking about a Taylor Swift and be like, I guess she's good. I mean, supposedly people like her. I don't see it. Like he doesn't like anything. I don't like. It's like anytime I hear right wing, but I hear a lot of right wing people. It's like they never seem to like any comedian. Anybody that's left, they don't like any of them artistically. Like they do the Trump thing where they're like, well, I guess people like this type of music. I think it's untalented.
Well, I think a lot of that is just an age thing too. You age out of the new music scene.
Maybe, but I just tend to
because dude, nobody loved music more than me or Troy. I was at literally Tuesday release day.
Yeah.
Every single Tuesday for 20 years.
Right.
I was there and I'd buy multiple CDs if the station didn't get them for free or whatever.
Yeah.
Different, they weren't going to get the new Eminem album at Riff.
No, but I'm not even talking about that, dude.
So, but there came a day when I went into my Tuesday deal and it was like, I
don't know any of these
don't
things.
know any of these people,
Yep.
and I don't care to learn a new.
But you watch new shows on TV.
Not really.
It's-
No, I always hated that shit.
Oh, then
Now you do. I hear you all talking about it all the time now.
What do you
feel
mean?
Like you watch streaming shows and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah.
But that's my
course.
kind of point. I always hate when it just seems like so many right-leaning people will be like.
So do you think left-leaning people give a chance to right-leaning?
Well, I don't really care about it. It bugs me as a person who has those beliefs. I always hate it. I always think it looks so dumb and corny.
Right-leaning people have historically always watched or listened to left artists. I mean, that's
Well,
just the
here's
way it
like an
goes.
example.
But if you think that there's a single person on the left who
Right.
listens to Kid Rock,
No, I don't.
I mean, they're done. They can't stand Tim Allen in a movie anymore.
Right.
They can't stand anything.
No, I get
So
it. Well,
whichever, to each their own. I don't even have a problem with it. But
my point is when I watch some of his, I always hate when he brings those things up. Like, dude, just do the thing. Just get it to what your point is. I don't like it when he, I don't know, whatever.
The
It's my
problem
own
with the
person-
trans thing too is that it's a lot like the abortion thing. It's just your fucking opinion.
yeah,
It's what you think about it. There is no absolute. There isn't. It just
Right,
isn't.
right.
right.
Period. You can feel about it. You can feel strongly one way or another about it. It's just your fucking opinion.
Yeah.
It is. Whether you think it's totally right or you're totally wrong, nobody's right or wrong on it.
But it's not just an opinion to the children affected by it.
Okay.
And historically, I don't give a shit about children historically. But when you're talking about little conversations, because of an ideology and an agenda that someone wants to push, right?
Yep.
They're willing to look at any clue like, well, that settles that. And it's like, oh, you just happen to be a trans doctor who's affirming that's the best thing you can ever do
Right.
is affirm, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you have a toddler that goes, Mama, I'm a boy, not a girl, affirm it. It's affirmed. I know the point's been made 1,000 times, but if your kid climbed up on the roof and went, Mama, I'm Superman, you wouldn't encourage him to jump off the roof thinking he can fly. But we're going to affirm.
But just care, by the way,
in what world would you affirm a child's anything ever? Like,
I am curious. So when you're asking me, because you thought I was like, what did you think? What would you ask as far as this? What is a woman thing, or what were you asking me about the movement? Like, what do I think we should do?
I think it takes it to another level when you have a high-profile voice saying we need to have a national movement to stop this utter madness.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll say this is what he's saying. What Matt Walsh is not saying is trans people shouldn't exist, trans people should be abused. Not at all.
Right.
What he's talking about is the radical ideology that we all see snowballing into politics,
Right.
snowballing into
Schools,
sports,
Yep.
everything, every aspect of life, and it just needs to be praised no matter what across the board.
Yeah.
That's the utter madness he's talking about.
I think
so for
dudes
you,
and
it was like,
sororities.
I think I
for
fight with the
example.
silence.
It's just supposed to just be okay, and if it's not okay,
Exactly.
you're the problem.
I think my fight back is the silence is violent. I try not to just say shit, basically.
Let's see how that works out for
Yeah, I
you.
know,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do?
nothing. Well, we do a show and we push back on a lot of the stuff and try to open people's eyes a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
But, having it go to that level, like, okay, here's a prominent conservative voice going, okay, this madness needs to stop.
Yeah.
And we need to stop the 95% of you out there who absolutely know that's true.
Yeah.
Need to start stepping up and saying something and pushing back and not worried about whatever personal fallout you may have. Someone
Well,
pickets
you know
at
what?
your
That's
job.
fucking really easy for some. You know what I mean? For me, I fucking live at home at 30, 38. You know what I mean? And I'm still trying to do stuff with comedy and shit. And it's like, so I'm supposed to jump on and I have to put all it to the mat because Matt Walsh has said so.
No.
But when you say like but when you say like it's time to your personal negatives behind and it's time to step up. Well, that means that I would have to then decide that I want to do comedy.
Is your
but
country worth it?
I don't know, man.
Well, listen, not everybody's got a dog in the fight.
No.
You don't give a shit, you don't give a shit. But there's a lot of people that do give a shit that
Right. I do
are
care.
bullied into silence.
Right. No, I do care. My point is, though, you could argue that I'm bullied into silence. Like I said, I'm not going to go do comedy shows and talk with the people after. And if this story
Well, that's-
about
so-
that old lady came up,
That's the point. That's the problem.
I know.
Is that
I'm aware of that.
You're the victim of that. That you can't say or feel what you believe because of the fear of the repercussions.
I agree.
And it's not that what you say or you feel. It'd be one thing if it was overtly racist or something crazy that you're not saying because it would negatively affect you. Rightfully so.
Right.
This is something that is
No, I
not
agree.
wrong to say, but it's been so. The people that have stepped up have gotten crushed, and it's made everybody else go, "Oh well, fuck it."
Yeah.
It's not
and that's my
fault.
point,
Not
though.
worth
So
it.
that's my point, though.
Right.
When
And
you say
that's
like
that's
he's saying
their
that,
technique is to just bully through.
Yeah.
and it's already happened. You're right. But when you're saying
Blitzkrieg.
that he's saying, "Oh,
He's got a weapon.
We should put
He's got a weapon.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like when you're saying that, he's saying we should. That's it, dude. You should start. I know it's gonna fuck you up, maybe, but you
He's
need to
not
step
talking
up.
about every individual
talking
person.
about collectively.
Okay,
He's
well-
talking about collectively.
Yeah.
You all know what you're doing. You're all sitting on the sidelines, not saying anything for fear of repercussions. That's how effective this push has
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean every Jesus in the world has
Okay,
to
well,
jump
let's say
up
you
and
work at the
say
post
something.
office, right? And you're
And
sitting around.
there's strength in numbers is more his point.
Exactly.
Is that,
Yep.
that when you pop off one at a time, it's easy to knock it down. When there's a collective movement together, it's a lot harder to suppress.
Totally.
Right.
Let's say you're working at the post office, right? You're just a guy working there, and a few of your coworkers are talking. Why would you, you really think that you're going to want to sit up there and go like, guys, no, I think this is crazy. Why would you want to do that?
Well, there's
Go
a
get
time and a
fired?
place for everything.
Yeah.
But that's fine but that's not generally going to affect you unless this conversation that they're having is going to potentially affect you down the line and how the post office handles their business going forward. You had a chance to say something then, but you didn't. And what they were talking about became policy.
Yeah.
And now you're fucked because of it. Well, it's not necessarily apples to
tricky-
apples,
it's a
but that's
tricky-
kind of it. It's
right.
not just two people having a conversation. That's not what
Yeah.
we're talking about. This isn't just some people talking about it. This is being implemented in their schools and our policies and everything
I
else.
know.
And you see it in broadcasts everywhere. We call it a sports game or something, and it's like
Yeah.
they are walking on such eggshells for fear of saying the wrong thing or laughing at the wrong thing. That's all part of this. Like, you are going to be suffocated. Your career is going to be destroyed. And, when to the point that these broadcasters are getting up there going, just a lady in lane 1. Should be an interesting race. Knowing how incredibly unfair it is, how these women are just like, sorry, ladies, have a seat.
Yeah.
You're going to get your ass handed to you in this race. Everybody can see that it's wrong, but for this tiny minority's feelings, we're willing to just throw these bitches' careers away.
Well, then the answer is you need more people from the top bottom because
True, and that's what he's saying. He's not speaking to you specifically. He's talking.
I know, but
to
Mike
the
was asking.
collective.
Mike was asking me.
But you
about,
can you can do old school stuff like write an email or write a letter going, this is nonsense. I can't believe
That's a good point.
The education board is doing this. You saw how effective
You can do it
parents were showing
anonymously.
up.
No, that's a good point.
Showing up at school board meetings and going, we're not going to take this in Loudoun County, Virginia.
Right.
Those people saw what was going on with their kids and they reacted loudly.
Yeah.
And
the
they're getting-
pushback was swift and strong
Yes.
against them.
And
To-
San
to try
Francisco
and
school board
to
members
squash
get
it
blown
so
out.
that it didn't happen again.
Totally
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I
But-
agree. And if I were a parent, by the way, if I had different aspects of my life, I probably would be a little more vocal
would.
or more. But it's like I live in a life that is still really based on needing a lot of this stuff. Like when we talk about Facebook, like you think I'm going to
Yes,
go?
you've always been very selfish, Jesus. We understand. It's about you,
Anybody,
you. It's not about the community.
anybody that's trying to do fucking something in entertainment is selfish.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm not
here,
selfish.
we're pushing back on it
You
here.
haven't done it your whole life, and it hasn't been like your goal or your dream.
Yes, it has.
don't
It's
know
always
what I
been
want.
T-Roy's dream.
You had your job. You became this big deal. You had a job
You know what?
opportunity at Lansing.
Troy just didn't have the voice. He wanted to go on the radio, but he just didn't have the
Oh,
pipes.
like when he was
Didn't have
offered
the
a
chops
job?
for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was offered a job. He just didn't have the chops.
I was scared.
vocally.
I didn't think I could handle it.
Look, I would normally wrap up with an email here, but I was going to do another story since we didn't do a show yesterday.
Okay.
If that's okay with you guys.
All right. Hurry up. I got to go to bed.
Do you? Is it- I don't know
It
where
is
my
8:30.
phone is, dude. It's freaking me out. I left it upstairs or something.
Probably.
A monkeypox patient's nose starting to rot a little bit.
Uh-oh.
In one of the cases documented in the current outbreak.
Where did he put his nose? And was it bad that I assumed it was a male?
No, yeah, you knew it was a male, and you were correct.
Yeah.
You bigot. 40-year-old man from Germany went to his doctor with a red spot on his nose,
Oh,
which
that's
was
69 did not pay off.
yeah, or salad tossing.
Yeah.
You know, he could have just been
Got right up in there.
deep diving, you know, doing that whole nose
Yeah.
through the tongue
Oh, yeah.
thing.
The flick.
Yeah.
Why is it called salad tossing?
I don't
Salad
know.
dressing. I think they use salad dressing.
To make
For
it
real?
not
Yeah.
stank, so they throw a little Italian on it before they
Is
get
that
in
are
there.
you just fucking with me?
No,
or
no. Honey or salad dressing.
Okay.
Yeah, in prison. Look it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, origin of salad tossing.
What's that?
I said look up origin of salad tossing.
Yeah. There'll be a definition. So red spot on his nose, doctors went, it's a sunburn.
Oh, boy.
Go home. But within 3 days, the skin started to...
Malpractice.
Yeah. A few days later, it's painful, starting to scab. Around the same time, white pus-filled spots developed across his entire body, which were particularly bad on his panoose and around his mouth.
Weird.
Seems...
The nose is the first one to pop off, though.
Yeah. A test confirmed he was infected with monkeypox, and he was taken to the hospital and given a course of medication. Further tests, see, this is where it went wrong. So further tests reveal, not only do you have the SIF, you've got the HIV as well.
Eh, boy.
So that immune system is just like,
Yep. Oh, dude.
I can't.
Will you stop putting your dick in
Stop
butts?
sticking your dick in assholes. Please,
dying
give me
here.
one night off. One night off. No, don't put up another man's penis. So he was not named, but he's got the SIF, the HIV, the monkey
Oh, boy.
pox.
Yeah, that's a
He told medics he'd never been tested for an STI, for a sexually transmitted infection.
classy.
Yeah. To ease this, do you have pictures of this gentleman's?
Oh, boy. I don't even.
Well, you know, I mean,
Come on!
What?
That's a fucking blue waffle. Oh, my God.
That is like I did start with the worst there. I suppose
yeah.
that is the
What the-
It didn't escalate.
Look, they said he got a little infection on his nose. You can see. I mean, they thought it was a sunburn, T. They thought it was a sunburn at first.
So fucking bad. This is so bad.
Yeah. By the way, Troy
shit.
mentioned the blue waffle. Do not Google under any circumstances.
See, look, I could have started with some a little more tame, you know, like
yeah,
it
yeah.
I
moved
can't
its
go
way
back.
up.
I'm not even going. I'm not even.
Oh, you can look at these.
Yeah, like now that's nothing
Oh, that's the same dude?
Compared
Or is
to-
it something different.
compared
Yeah.
to this. I mean,
Did they even need to blur out his eyes?
I know, right? Because he's already in the other one without.
Doesn't it look like he's got a bad version of just the red nose, like clown nose?
Yeah, or like a drunk.
Drunk?
A drunk. You know, get the big noses.
Oh, yeah, Bill Clinton. What's wrong, T?
I'm gonna fucking throw up. What do you mean? What's wrong? That's so bad to me.
So sensitive. We didn't have to put it back. We should have put a warning on that, T. Jesus, I blame you.
Oh my God.
How do you catch monkeypox?
Through butt fucking.
Well, Jesus. It's very, very insensitive. Until this worldwide outbreak, monkeypox was usually spread by infected rodents, including rats, mice, and squirrels in West and
Monkeys,
Central
perhaps?
Africa.
Maybe even a monkey or two.
Humans can catch the illness, which comes from the same family as smallpox, if they're bitten by infected animals. You can't call the gays that.
That's what. That's
Can't,
what
like, why would they even
That's what they're claiming.
say that?
You like be bit by an animal for this?
Yeah. It looks like that guy was bitten by an infected animal, but I don't think you're allowed to call him that.
Oh my God.
If they're bitten by infected animals, touch their blood, bodily fluids, or scabs, or eat wild game or bushmeat, they're not eating wild game or bushmeat.
Eating wild salad.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fucking going on, whole lot of deep grinding.
Yeah, they're eating meat and salads.
The virus can enter the body through broken skin, even if it's not visible, as well as the eyes, nose, and mouth. So if you just wildly toss a load into some dude's face, which looks like, did you see that string around here?
Yeah.
It looks like someone took a deep, someone
little
landed
money shot
right
over there.
Money shot landed right there. And despite being mainly spread by wild animals, it was known that monkeypox could be passed on between people. However, health chiefs insist it's very rare until this current outbreak.
Very rare.
Very, very rare. How long is someone contagious? Till the rash, from when the rash appears until all scabs have fallen off and there's intact skin underneath. The infectious period is thought to last for 3 weeks, but many vary between individuals. What do I do if I have symptoms? Go to a gay rave.
Stop fucking. Yes.
Go to a gay rave. I mean, that's what most of these people are doing.
Seems like it.
Yeah. Does it spread as easily as COVID? In the gay community, yes.
Right. Probably more so.
Yes. What if it continues to spread? They could see a role for a wider targeted jab rollout.
Oh boy.
Are they going to tell us now that we all need to get the jab?
Yeah.
Like getting 5-year-olds vaccinated, right?
Right.
Well, you all need to get the jab. You never know when you're going to come into some contact with some loose fucking nut from some gay guys.
Well, it's the pus under the fucking shit that does it. They just happen to be having the pus on the blisters on their dick and then popping the pus when they're in the booty.
Yeah.
And then bang, monkeypox.
I didn't even think about that.
But so it's just on your arm, and hey, listen, just dude could have it on his arm, and you could be walking by in the fucking mall, and he could bump into you, pop that bitch right on you, boom, monkeypox.
And then the doctor's going to.
And then you got to try. No, I swear to God, I didn't butt fuck anybody. Yeah,
right.
okay,
Mr. Courtney,
okay.
what you been doing what you been doing in your evenings? I didn't do shit. I must that'll sound to the doctors like the guy that's playing third base, that comes in with a softball stuck in his asshole.
Yeah, right.
And he goes, I don't know, I was playing third, I was playing the hot corner, and one came ripping in. One hopped right into my asshole. The doc's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know, I was out in the streets, I was walking by a guy, I must have brushed up against his monkeypox elbow, got a little juice on me.
Sounds legit. Okay.
Here, have a seat.
Here's some condoms too.
Have a seat, Mr. Courtney.
Let's go with a full blood panel here. Let's check for your dibs.
All right, let's do an email and get you out of here.
Burger.
All right. Thank you for standing strong. I feel better now.
Oh, good.
It's gone. Your eyes look so tired.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right in there.
Pain from laughing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Cough, laugh, sneeze. Really, really bad. Mike, sorry to hear you're in so much pain that laughing hurts. Thankfully, E is in studio today, so you should be just fine.
Oh,
With
wow.
love, bone job.
Wow.
Hey.
I believe I got a few chuckles out of the room.
Yeah. I think you made yourself laugh the hardest, though.
I do make myself laugh.
And come.
I'm funny.
Woodstock 99. Oh, my God. Stop reporting negatively on what went on there. Everyone got exactly what they wanted and deserved. Aside from a low-yield tactical nuke being dropped on all those fucks, nothing could have been better, especially the fecal-philiacs bitching about the sores. Come on, shit-eaters. That's what happens. It's really too bad more idiots didn't die. I think they should do it every 6 months to help purge society.
Would you like to thank
What's that
writer?
I remember what the guy's name is.
That's James.
Yeah.
which is kind of a compliment. The writer has such a unique style
Exactly.
that you're able to recognize
Right
it.
off
There's
the bat.
very few people that can do that. Hunter
Yep.
S. Thompson.
Yep.
You know,
I called the first one too.
Huh?
I called the first one too.
Oh, yeah.
You see?
Yeah. All right. And then for the nerds listening, last one. Cult leader. It appears to me that the RSS feed for exclusive member content is no longer working. I can only listen through Patreon. Best to get the nerds on this. Thanks, Tim.
Ooh.
And I don't recognize Tim's name, so that's serious stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So nerds, if you're listening, I will
Nerds.
I will Jen Psaki circle back with AA Ron on that and see what's going on there,
what's up
because
with that.
that's not good. All right, we'll call it there. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Anything special tomorrow? Thursday. Yeah. And E, are you coming Friday to do your show?
Correct.
Okay, Big E Comedy Venture.
Big E comedy bunch.
Bringing the biscuit with you?
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
All right. He'll be here for that. All right. Thank you. And Greg Henson and I are going to
gonna
do
say,
something too on Friday.
right.
So
Busy day.
busy day. Yeah, exactly. Hope people will tune in. Thank you for tuning in today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.